It's really nice to meet you here in New York, and just wanted to ask you a few questions about one, what you're doing here, and two, what you're really passionate about doing in the next year.
That sounds absolutely beautiful. It's good to get out of the office on such a warm New York day. We haven't had one for a while.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, so tell us a little bit about yourself.
Alrighty, so Paull Young's my name, I'm Paull Young on Twitter. I live in New York, I've been here about 2 years, and I work for a social media agency called Conversion. I moved over here on the back of my blog. I got my job because of my blog, Young PR in Australia. I've been writing for a while there. When I was in Oz, I was working with V8 supercars and race cars, and now I help big brands do social media. I help them come up with strategies, I help them measure their work, and I also help them change internally so they can talk to people like they are people online. Pretty bloody hard for a big brand. So in a nutshell, that's what I do day to day.
Fantastic. And we've just been talking in the last half an hour or so about a real passion of yours, which is how we can kind of use the model of Twistable for charities that are closer to home. Tell us a bit more about that.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, this is a forming idea, so take it all with a grain of salt. Don't swear at me if you don't like anything, but offer constructive advice. Well, I think that the commonality we have, like, not only are we both Australians, we're both on Twitter, and that's how we connected, and through Justin Stevens, your boss, he's a smart guy. But I think that yourself, myself, Future Gov, where you work, all these places, we have a common interest in social media for social good. You know, everyone talks about the echo chamber, everyone talks about the noise, everyone likes how many followers they have on Twitter. You know, social media is about ego in a big way. But can it also be for good, for good for society, rather than just good for business and good for, you know, the almighty personal brand? So with that, we talked a little bit about Twistable, which was a Twitter event. I won't go into it in depth. I'm sure you can throw a link on this if you blog it. Twistable's a great event. I was lucky enough to be involved in New York with it, helping to organise this local one. Raised a lot of money for Charity Water. Great charity who builds wells in Africa. Check them out, charitywater.org. They have a really cool mission. Great resources on their site. So what we were talking about as Australians was the recent bushfires we've seen in Victoria. Now, I'm not a Victorian like you, Michelle, but all of us were affected by this. You know, everyone's been talking about it, everyone cares, and it's been amazing seeing the generosity Australians have had to it. You know, a lot of people donating money, a lot of people caring about it. But something I've blogged about recently, and something I worry about in all this is going to drop off the news agenda. Mainstream media, you know, covers news, and this is not going to be news. It's not going to be new anymore very shortly. But the communities that have been affected need long-term, sustainable support. I can't solve that big problem yet. I'm sure there's smart people in Australia around the place working on it. But so I think, how can I help? How can we, as, you know, digitally savvy Australians, help? And so with that in mind, something that we're thinking about is, could we come up with some kind of idea that in 6 months' time, when people are starting to maybe not really forget, but it's dropped off the mainstream consciousness, the bushfires, could we run some kind of global event to raise money for the victims, and more importantly, raise awareness? Could we use our own personal networks that we have online to ladder something up to the mainstream that could make all Australians remember and care about this issue and take the time to invest themselves in sustainable support of these communities? At very early stages, if you'd like to help us, let me know. That's the seed of an idea. We talked about it on my blog. There's a lot of smarter people than me on this. I think yourself included, Michelle. So, yeah, that's really where we're at.
Thanks. Yeah, let's definitely blog about it, and let's see what we can both do in New York and in London, and hopefully raise money for a good cause.
Bloody
It's lovely to meet you. Thanks.
Likewise.